Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? On this occasion, we are going to learn about new material. Actually, after last meeting, we have completed word stress. It is time for us to continue our materials related to sentence stress. Now, we start from the definition of sentence stress. If you still remember that word stress means the beat on one or more syllable within a word. Sentence stress is the beat on certain words within a sentence. We can say that sentence stress can be described as the rhythm of the spoken language. Well, everyone, like word or syllable stress, sentence stress can help you to understand a language, especially when the speaker speaks too fast. Yeah. Well, here are why we need to learn about sentence stress, why it is so important, yeah, in pronunciation. Firstly, that stress is important because it adds rhythm when you speak. Then, secondly, if you stress all the words in an utterance, you may sound unpleasant or even cause misunderstanding because of these following things. First, you are giving too much information, yeah, and then the English native speakers usually stress all words only when they are impatient or angry. Well, everyone, actually, stress can help speakers communicate meaning. Learners need to be made aware of the fact that the way they say something can affect its meaning. So, for more clear about the stress, listen to these following sentences with the stress on the different words. You can hear that the meaning changes. Okay, here is the recording.
I asked you to buy me a bunch of red roses. I asked you to buy me a bunch of red roses. I asked you to buy me a bunch of red roses. I asked you to buy me a bunch of red roses.
You have already listened to the recording related to the sentence stress. And now, dealing with the sentence stress, we have to know which words should be stressed and which should be unstressed. To know more about that one, let us see the following types of the word. According to the way they function, words in a language are normally classified into two types. The first one is content words, namely the key words of a sentence. Usually they are important words that carry the meaning or sense. Second one, structure words. They are not very important words, if we can say. They are small, simple words that make the sentence correct grammatically. Actually, they give the sentence its correct form or structure. Well, imagine that you receive a telegram message. The content is "Sell car gone France." This sentence is not complete. Why? It is not a grammatically correct sentence, but you probably understand it because the four words communicate very well. This kind of words are known as the content words. The sentence above may has a meaning that somebody wants you to sell his car for him because he has gone to France. Well, in other time, we can add a few words to the sentence like "Sell my car, I've gone to France." The new words like "my," "I've," and "to" do not really add any more information, but they make the message more correct grammatically. We can add even more words to make one complete, grammatically correct sentence, but the information is basically the same. Will you sell my car because I've gone to France? Will you sell my car because I've gone to France? In the sentence above, the four keywords like sell, car, gone, and France are the content words and are all stressed. Yeah. Meanwhile, for the additional information, it is not necessary to be stressed. In the previous example, actually there is one syllable between cell and car, and three syllables between car and gun. But the time, yeah, between cell and between car and gun is the same. So, like, will you sell my car? Because I've gone. Now, you can see that my, yeah, it is only have one syllable. Meanwhile, because I've, yeah, because I've, it has three syllables. Yeah. We maintain a constant beat on the stressed words like cell, car, gun, France. To do this, we say my more slowly. And because I've more quickly. You can use a part of speech like because it has three syllables. We change the speed of the small structure words so that the rhythm of the key content words stays same. Or in other words, the time between each stressed word is the same. Okay, to make it clear, let us see this diagram. Yeah, will you, there are two syllables, and then my, one, because I've three, and one for two. Meanwhile, for cell, car, gun, France, we should make it be stressed. Will you sell my car because I've gone to France? Well, here are some rules of sentence stress you should know. First one is the basic rule of the sentence stress in English are: first, content words are stressed. The second one, structured words are unstressed. And the third, the time between stressed word is always the same. The following table may can help you to decide which words are the content words and which are the structured words. Content words you may find in some main verbs, nouns, adjective, adverbs, negative, auxiliaries, possessive pronouns, and interrogative. And then for the main verbs like buy, give, take, eat, employ, nouns in your surroundings like chair, book, music, merry. And for adjective, red, big, interesting, etc. Adverb, quickly, loudly, never. And then those are the content words. Meanwhile, for structured words that you don't need to stress in the sentence, you can find it in personal and relative pronouns like they, we, you, we, whom, which, and then prepositions such as on, at, into, in. There is an article like the, an, and then conjunction, and, but, because, or, etc. Auxiliary verbs, and then possessive adjective, demonstrative, and explicative there. But there is exception about that rule. We call normal stress. But sometimes we can stress words that are structured words, not only content word, but sometimes structured words need to stress. For example, to correct the information such as in the sentence, they've been to Japan, haven't they? No, they haven't, but we have. So there are some stress in here. They and we, even though they are not the content word, they are structured words, but they need to stress. And then don't forget that the underlined words are stressed, although they belong to the structured words. The next material or the next discussion is formality of the language level of pronunciation. The stress pattern itself, used at the phrase or sentence level, is highly interrelated to both the formality of the language and the intonation pattern. There are 4 levels of pronunciation that reflect the formality of the speaking situation. The first one is stage speech. You can say public reading style. The second one, formal speech, which is related to public speaking style. And the third one, formal colloquial or vernacular. And the last, everyday speech, or familiar colloquial. Each of those levels of speech varies in cases of breadth of speech, the number of stressed and unstressed words and situation, the dialect and vocabulary. So here are the 4 levels of pronunciation that reflect the formality of speaking situation. Stage speech or public reading style. Actually, this type of speech is used in a formal presentation situation in which a large group of people are listening. It is used for stage production like theater, literary readings, church services, or other setting when there is a little audience contact. Sentences are composed primarily of stressed words, making the pronunciation clear and deliberate. And then usually open juncture and slow rate of speech are common. There is a little use of the schwa with vowel sound, with the exception of adding the schwa to the end of the word for emphasis, such as speak become speaker. The second one is formal speech, or we can say public speaking style. Actually, this type of speech is used in particular situation, which might include a lawyer presenting in the boardroom, an interviewee answering questions with an employer, or when talking to individuals in authority or position of importance. These styles require exact pronunciation and accurate vocabulary. This requires open juncture with many stressed words and slow rate. All final consonants are pronounced including NT, ND, and another CCND. Example, sent, sent. Then the voiceless plosive. We have P, T, K are aspirated briefly. Example, pen, take, kite. And then the diphthongs, go, not, coat. And then Jews used in all types of you contexts like new, Jew, during, etc. And then for formal colloquial or vernacular, actually this type is used in everyday life. Actually, this type is used in everyday life situation involving conversation with other people, instructor situations such as classroom lecture, involving question and answer from the class, or a conversation with the store clerk during the purchase of a selected items. Style is less intentionally using some stress word. Though technical or occupational terms may be used, slang is not acceptable. And then the last one, everyday speech or familiar colloquial, is used in everyday casual situation with friends, family, or close relative. The rate of speech faster, with close juncture, with stress words, and less exact or accurate pronunciation. Vocabulary is relaxed and may contain slang type words. Well, everyone, I think just all for this opportunity related to sentence stress. If you have any question related to it, you can ask it in the forum. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next time.